What you need to know right now on GMA3. Tension in Tennessee after two black Democratic.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
Hello, everyone. A man convicted of murdering 3 people in Down East Maine is appealing his sentence. State lawmakers are considering a bill that would ban the sale of flavored tobacco products throughout the state. And a Portland police officer shares her personal story of becoming a transgender woman. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Craig Colson, sitting in for Susan Farley today. We thank you for joining us. We're going to start things off with a quick check of the forecast. Mostly cloudy conditions out there this afternoon, but we're seeing some breaks of blue sky, so it's pretty nice. A little blustery, but it sure does feel nice with a little bit of sunshine in the area, and things are warming up nicely as we head into the long Easter weekend. For more on what we can expect, let's turn things over to Devin Biggs.
Hey Craig, happy Friday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Lou G and Fredericks, across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Here we go. Wind advisory is posted here, mainly across the northern parts of the state. Now it'll last until about 2 p.m. later this afternoon as the winds will start to relax. However, we do have alerts courtesy of that wind that's stirring up the ocean as well. And in both of these alerts, gale warnings and small crowd advisories here that you see posted will last until about 2 a.m. as we head towards your Saturday as things start to relax slowly but surely. But now on land, we're looking pretty good. There's a little bit of snow that will try to sneak into parts of northern Maine today, but I think for the rest of us, we'll be looking pretty good as we'll be seeing a mixture of clouds and sunshine, and that'll be about it. The front's located right about in there, so if anything, there'll be a few flurries in the northern parts of the state, but for the rest of us, we'll be looking pretty good. There's that futurecast right there with that little bit of snow flurry action, but otherwise, becoming mostly clear later on tonight with a lot of sunshine to start things off for your weekend. A little bit of wind here as well. Look at some of these gusty winds reaching up to around 20 miles per hour or so sustained, but slowly starting to back off, though, especially as we head towards your Saturday, but still rather gusty, so I'll have to watch the winds for about another day or so. For today, upper 40s, partly cloudy and windy. West winds, some gusts can reach up to 40 miles per hour at times. By tonight, 21 degrees, mostly clear and windy. Northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, mixture of clouds and sunshine, also a little breezy out there. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig?
Thank you, Devin. And as we'll hear a little later on, it looks like the temperatures will be above normal next week. A real taste of spring around here. We'll hear about that coming up. But first, we're going to start off with a bunch of court news. A Waterville man accused of planning a terror attack on a mosque in Chicago has entered a plea agreement with prosecutors. 19-year-old Xavier Pelkey is accused of conspiring with others to attack the mosque and also building explosive devices to carry out that attack. Pelkey admitted to plotting with other teens online who wanted to attack the mosque in the name of ISIS. 3 bombs were found in his apartment along with other evidence, as you see there. He pled guilty this morning in Bangor to conspiring to provide material support to terrorists and is now facing up to 15 years in prison, along with a hefty fine of up to $250,000. Meanwhile, a convicted murderer from Massachusetts will not be getting a third trial here in Maine. Maine's highest court has upheld the conviction of Marcus Asante and refused to give him another trial. Asante is convicted of killing Douglas Morin Jr. of Oakfield back in 2016 during a marijuana buy. That went bad. Asante claimed he was simply protecting himself when he shot Morin numerous times and left him to die. His original conviction was overturned because of a mistake during jury instructions, but he was convicted during his second trial in 2021 and sentenced to 35 years in prison, and that's where it stands. Maine Supreme Judicial Court has now denied his most recent appeal for another trial. A Massachusetts woman pleaded guilty to manslaughter in the death of her infant daughter in Aroostook County. Baby Jane Doe was found in a gravel pit 37 years ago. 58-year-old Leanne Daigle of Lowell, Massachusetts, was arrested last year after police cracked the case thanks to years of police work and advancements in DNA technology. Her name was Leanne Garrett at the time. She was 21 years old and claims she didn't know the child's father. Police were alerted to the grisly discovery on December 7, 1985, after a dog dragged the newborn baby to a home in Frenchville. Detectives then tracked the dog's path to a gravel pit where the baby had been born and abandoned during sub-zero temperatures. The death remained a mystery for decades until Daigle's indictment last year on a charge of murder. She has since pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of manslaughter and will be sentenced at a later date. Maine's highest court heard arguments from a man appealing his murder conviction. Thomas Bonfanti was sentenced to life in prison after he shot 3 people to death and wounded another in Down East, Maine back in 2020. He now claims his constitutional rights were violated. Devin Dagnall has the story.
Monday morning, the Maine Supreme Judicial Court justices heard arguments for the case of Thomas Bonfanti. Last year, Bonfanti was found guilty of murder, aggravated murder, and elevated aggravated assault and sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences. Recently, Bonfanti's case was granted an appeal. He is now being represented by attorney David Paris.
We had limited questions on appeal. I think we dealt with them pretty well. I think the state has its own good argument. And again, I would impress that the justices asked some very good, compelling questions, and we'll see where they come with a written decision.
Paris argues this case isn't just about his client. He says it's about constitutional rights.
Well, the arguments before the law court today really resolved around Fifth Amendment rights, the right to remain silent and the right to not invoke self-incrimination. There was a public safety exception to that, but we argued that the invocation of the Fifth Amendment right went far beyond what came in as the invocation of the public safety exception.
Paris states that Bonfanti should be retried because when he was arrested, he invoked the Fifth Amendment, but officers continued to question him and information from that questioning was used in court. The Attorney General's office argues there is no reason for a retrial due to the fact that the information was gathered from a line of questioning intended to locate and help Bonfanti's victims. They also argue there was so much evidence to incriminate Bonfanti that any information gathered after his invocation of the Fifth Amendment could be considered as supplemental. The Maine Supreme Court should have a written decision within the next 90 days. In Augusta, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Raise the minimum wage for teachers over the next 5 years. Sponsored by Senator Teresa Peirce of Cumberland, it calls to raise the minimum salary for teachers throughout the state to $42,500 starting in 2024. Additionally, salaries for teachers would be increased by $2,500 every year until 2028. That's what I'm trying to say. After 2028, the wage increases would then be based off of current salaries multiplied by the cost of living adjustment.
I think it's important to step back a little bit and understand that over time we have been underpaying teachers just at a dramatically low level, and it's time to really recognize that as a society. So they make far less than anyone else with the same amount of education and the same amount of work, and we want to make sure that we recognize that.
Peirce says if the bill reaches the Senate floor, she expects it will gain a lot of support. Dozens of volunteers from around the state gathered at the State House to support Senator Jill Duson's bill ending the sale of flavored tobacco products in Maine. Matthew Juronsik with that story.
Today I met a 5th grader who was talking about the kids vaping in his bathroom, and at 5th grade, kids should never be exposed to chemicals and tobacco and nicotine and then have an addiction for the rest of their lives.
Supporters of ending the sale of flavored tobacco products took action on Thursday, encouraging legislators to do the right thing and pass the bill.
The sale of tobacco, which is basically poison for people, and especially young people, shouldn't be allowed. And if we can stop this flavored tobacco, which really hooks little kids, we want to be able to do that.
Should this bill become law, it would end the sale of flavored tobacco products statewide. More than 50 teachers, students, and health officials gathered on the 3rd floor of the State House explaining the significance of banning these harmful products.
It's been exciting to see people here. I think that it reinforces that this bill is about a grassroots effort to do something about the availability of these products to our kids.
Seeing Thursday's turnout, Senator Duson says she believes this rally will likely strengthen the case in passing her bill.
I think it'll certainly increase the chances of getting this bill all the way over the hump. This time we expect to get it over the hump, and regular folks are an important piece of making that happen and making this effort happen in our state.
Doosan says the bill will be discussed at the end of the month. However, there is not a specific date at this moment. In Augusta, Matthew Jurancic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Maine's Committee on Transportation held a public hearing Thursday on a bill to eliminate certain motor vehicle inspections. The proposed bill, sponsored by Representative Chad Perkins of Dover-Foxcroft, would put an end to required yearly inspections for passenger vehicles registered in Maine. However, the bill would still require inspections for vehicles prior to being purchased, as well as for commercial vehicles and fire trucks. Representative Perkins argues it's not necessary to have a vehicle inspected each year. During the hearing, Maine Policy Institute Director of Communications Jacob Posick also testified in support of that bill.
Most accidents are caused by speeding, distracted driving, or drug or alcohol use. Yet the program persists in Maine and saps Mainers of millions every year for no clear or quantifiable health and safety benefit.
The bill will be worked on in the Transportation Committee's next workshop session. Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, Maine State Police a Maine police officer shares her experience on becoming a transgender woman. We'll hear her story. And also why Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is in hot water. We'll have those stories and more as ABC 7 News at noon continues.
In Maine, it's always truck season. And at Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, we are celebrating New Ram Truck Month by carrying the complete line of hard-charging new Ram trucks from light to heavy duty. At Thornton Brothers, you'll find the right truck for cargo space and comfort for those long trips on the road. No matter what Maine throws at you, our trucks have you covered. So come on over and test drive any of our award-winning new Ram trucks at Thornton Brothers, 125 Main Street, Lincoln.
This is Eargo. They automatically enhance your hearing wherever you are.
Ours comes with buttons on the back, so you can fiddle around to your heart's content.
Like the 80s all over again.
Cool, right?
For a limited time, get $300 off our latest device.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Big trucks rule the road. They're dangerous and they can cause big, bad injuries. But the big trucking companies don't stand a chance against me. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
My insurance kept going up and up and up and up.
I was getting a lot of mail about Medicare, getting pretty confused about it.
I could never have navigated through the loopholes.
Somebody said something about Senior Planning Center.
I heard of Senior Planning Center, so we called them.
Senior Planning Center was a lifesaver for us.
I couldn't begin to do it all on my own, but Senior Planning Center did it all.
Gave me all my options and signed me up with what I needed within an hour.
Senior Planning Center helped us so much.
Biggest help I could ever have asked for.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. A veteran officer in the Portland Police Department has come out as her true self. Julie Fitzgerald says she lived a lie for many years and is now proud to say she's transgender. Dan Lupariello explains the reaction she has received and how she hopes it will help others.
For more than 20 years, Officer Julie Fitzgerald has patrolled the streets of Portland. It's a job she believes was her calling.
I believe that's what path I was supposed to go.
Fitzgerald joined law enforcement after retiring from the U.S. Air Force as an aircraft mechanic in the early 2000s, eager to make connections and continue public service.
This is what I wanted to do when I got out because I enjoy helping people, and getting that satisfaction.
But getting that satisfaction hasn't always been easy. As you can see, she looks much different today than these photos from her past, something she spent much of her life trying to hide.
I hid everything. I hid it through my 24 years in the Air Force, and I obviously hid it for 20 years here.
Last October, Fitzgerald made what she calls the toughest decision of her life.
I had to do it.
Coming out as her true self, a woman.
So I got to do this. I have to live my life. I was 62 years old, and I'm living two lives. Why do I have to live that?
But in a job like law enforcement, she wasn't sure how her fellow officers would react.
I've never been scared in this job, but that was scary. Emotional and nervous. I had to tell whatever we have, 140-something people at different times, and the response I got was fabulous. Like, people, I didn't even have to stop talking, and people were just like, most of them thought I was going to tell them I had cancer, but I was just like, they were just, you're our brother, we love you, who cares?
It was a level of acceptance the department's chief says he wasn't at all surprised by.
Julie is part of the fabric of this department, and so to see the acceptance from our officers was really incredible, and continues to be incredible. Our goal is to support Julie as we just move forward.
For Fitzgerald, that's all she was hoping for, respect for who she is.
This doesn't change me. I'm the same person.
A message she hopes will resonate with others in similar positions, especially at-risk youth who she often interacts with on patrol, that even in a job like hers, you can be yourself and be accepted.
I am who I want to be, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of me, and I'm proud of being transgender.
Dan Laperiello reporting. Our thanks to Julie for sharing her story. And still ahead on your noon report, the latest on fighting underway in the Middle East, and Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is under fire for accepting expensive gifts from a Republican donor. The details coming up.
This isn't your parents' photo booth. Premier Limousine and DJ present the latest in photo booth technology, the Magic Mirror Air Booth. We offer unlimited prints of beautiful 4x6 full-color photos and unlimited photos sent directly to your phone. The new Magic Mirror Air Booth is available for proms, weddings, birthdays, class reunions, and corporate events with one of the largest selection of props available. You can book the Magic Mirror Air Booth and DJ services separately or take advantage of our very popular package deal. Contact us at Premier Limousine and DJ.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyou.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
Not only is this the best event of the year for us, but it also is the official kickoff to event season for Renewal by Anderson. We're still expanding and growing. You'll see us at events all over the state of Maine this summer, from the Bangor Waterfront Concert Series to fairs and festivals, so we can meet homeowners right where they are and help them with their window and door replacement. To reach us at Renewal by Anderson of Greater Maine, you can go to our website, rbagreatermaine.com, or you can call the number on the screen.
Tensions remain high in Jerusalem, where crowds of Muslim worshippers gathered for dawn prayers this morning under the watchful eye of the Israeli police stationed there in riot gear. Worshippers chanted praise for Hamas, Gaza Strip's Islamic militant rulers, by the Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Israel launched rare strikes in southern Lebanon earlier today and pressed on with bombing targets in the Gaza Strip, marking a widening escalation in the region following violence this week at Jerusalem's most sensitive holy site. The cross-border fighting erupted during a time of heightened religious fervor when Jews are celebrating the Passover holiday and Muslims are marking the Ramadan holy month. Today's strikes in southern Lebanon also come a day after militants fired nearly 36 rockets from there at Israel, wounding 2 people and causing some property damage. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is under fire this afternoon after that remarkably detailed report accusing him of accepting a slew of luxury gifts from a Republican mega donor without disclosing them. And today the fallout is rocking Washington. ABC's Justin Finch has more.
Justice Clarence Thomas has long described himself as a simple man with simple tastes.
I prefer the RV parks. I prefer the Walmart parking lots to the beaches and things like that. There's something normal to me about it. I come from regular stock.
But according to a new report from the nonprofit journalism site ProPublica, Justice Thomas has accepted lavish vacation trips from a Republican mega donor without disclosing them for more than 20 years. The report says Justice Thomas island hopped on a super yacht through Indonesia's Lesser Sunda Island, took annual retreats at the luxury Adirondack Resort Camp Topridge, and all-male retreats at the exclusive Bohemian Grove in California, all trips that would cost a small fortune. ProPublica reports Thomas and his wife Jenny also took flights on a private jet, all without paying. In a statement, Harlan Crow, the Dallas real estate billionaire who picks up the tabs for the trips, says he and Thomas have been friends since 1996. Writing, "The hospitality we have extended to the Thomases over the years is no different from the hospitality we have extended to our many other dear friends." Crow adds that he and Justice Thomas have never discussed any pending or lower court case. As a Supreme Court justice, Thomas is not bound by any formal ethics code, though he does file an annual financial disclosure form, which have not included his trips with Crow, according to ProPublica. Jenny Thomas's work with conservative advocacy groups has long raised concerns from Democrats. Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Dick Durbin tweeting that Thomas's trips undermine the trust that our country places in the Supreme Court. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
And we'll be back with your full 5-day forecast right after this.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home and a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate, and when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
When Dover Audiology wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to Dover Audiology and find out where people from Kittery to Eastport go to get their hearing aids. Knowledgeable, friendly, and reasonable, Dover Audiology is your best place for hearing solutions.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Mossy Ledge Spirits is a true hidden gem in Etna. Located just 3 miles off I-95, exit 167, we are home to tastings, tours, cocktails, to-go drinks, bottles, live music, and priceless memories. So enjoy some pizza and raise the glass here at Mossy Ledge Spirits.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
tonight.
A man of God, a married woman, a dead husband, and a police wiretap. There is a shooting.
It was like a car accident you couldn't look away from.
Inside a murder mystery as it unravels. 2020, tonight on ABC.
Welcome back. Well, as we heard at the top of the show, not a bad day out there today. A bit on the blustery side. It's a bit cloudy, but we are seeing some blue breaks of sky and even a little sunshine today. And we should be seeing lots of sun over the days ahead. Here's Devin with all the details.
Alrighty, here we go. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, they are Paramount. Give them a call for a free estimate today. All right, let's get things rolling out there. A wind advisory is posted, though. Still going to be a little breezy out there for a bit, about 2 o'clock later this afternoon. That's when things will start to improve once you get that advisory out of here. Further down to the south, a couple other alerts that are up, both expiring at 2 a.m. on Saturday. A gale warning right about it here, and a small crowd advisory here, both of those expiring soon as well. So wave heights will start to calm down by that point. Looking rather relaxed right now, actually, at around 2 to 3 feet. We're looking rather active further out towards sea. I'm sure we'll see some active surf getting closer towards shore before these advisories drop as we head towards tomorrow morning. But on land, we're looking pretty good right now with a mixture of clouds and sunshine to keep things going for this afternoon period. Off toward the north, a little bit of snow flurry action. We'll keep that going for most of the day. They may try to sneak to the south, but they will struggle to do so, which is why we're thinking everyone will stay dry today with a mixture of clouds and some sunshine. But anything that does develop is courtesy of this cold front right about in here, tracking off towards the east. But we will start to clear out later on tonight, and the weekend will be looking rather nice as the winds slowly start to back off. So those snow flurries in the northern parts of the state, but for the rest of us, mixture of clouds and sun, and windy out there as well, with wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour at times. By tonight, we start to clear out with a mostly clear sky and a lot of sunshine as we head towards your Saturday. Some clouds may try to sneak in as we head towards Saturday afternoon, but that might be a little bit of a stretch. I do think we'll hold on to a lot of sunshine and clear skies as we head towards Saturday night and parts of Sunday morning. So otherwise, though, gusty winds, 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts possible throughout the daytime period today. And even through parts of your Saturday as well, although not as bad, but still breezy out there. Some gusts up to 20 to 25 miles per hour at times, at least through parts of Saturday afternoon. Our average high temperature is 49 degrees. We'll be close to that today in the upper 40s, lower 40s as we head towards your Saturday with the passage of that front, but 50s Sunday, 60s, and almost 70s as we head towards Thursday. So as if Easter shows up, so does spring with some nicer temperatures that'll be on the way. Forecast moving forward, upper 40s, partly cloudy and windy, west wind at about 40 miles per hour. By tonight, 21 degrees, mostly clear and windy, northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Tomorrow, lower 40s, mostly sunny and breezy, northwest wind at about 25 miles per hour. Paramount Paving extended forecast looking great for Easter and beyond. Mostly sunny Monday, highs in the low 60s, mid 60s Tuesday, mostly cloudy.
Not a bad forecast at all. We'll take it. Thank you very much, Devin. Well, Honda is recalling vehicles because of the risk of rust. The recall includes 563,000 CR-V models from 2007 through 2011 in states where roads are regularly salted in the winter months, including Maine. The company says road salt could cause the frame to corrode and possibly detach the rear trailing arm. Dealers will install a support brace or repair the rear frame for free if necessary. Honda says it has received 61 complaints about the issue, but no reports of deaths or injuries. Check with your dealer for more information. And finally, endangered ring-tailed lemurs are among those celebrating Easter with surprise snacks and some painted decorations. Video released by the Whipsnade Zoo shows the animals reaching for papier-mâché eggs filled with sweet potato treats. Other animals also got some tasty snacks for the festivity. Wolverine's Puff and Fee received surprise piñatas stuffed with meaty treats, while one horned rhino looked for its snacks hidden inside brightly painted Easter boxes. So it looks like the animals there in the UK getting an early start on the Easter celebration. We hope you also have a wonderful Easter holiday with your family if you plan to absorb it. Otherwise, we just hope you have a great weekend. That's it for now. I'm Craig Colson, and for everyone here at ABC 7, we hope you have a wonderful day.
This week on Jeopardy, our contestants have the look.
You have a great Alex Trebek mustache.
Well, thank you. I think that's a compliment.
And have a lot to live up to.
I was voted most likely to be famous.
So if this doesn't work, then I don't know what I'm going to do.
Plus, Ken covers the classics.
This novelty song from 1962 contains the lyric, "It was a graveyard smash."
Join in and
kick it old school.
This week on Jeopardy!
This week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7.